Hey Hokie Nation, this is head football coach Brent Pry. Name, image, and likeness has created an unprecedented opportunity for you to play an active role in bringing championships back to Blacksburg. I'm asking you to be part of the team. Go to TriumphNIL.com today and become a monthly subscriber. Your support is critical to keeping Virginia Tech competitive and relevant on a national scale. We can be as good as we decide to be. Thanks for doing your part at TriumphNIL.com and go Hokies.
35-28, the final score inside Lane Stadium as Virginia Tech falls to NC State on Saturday afternoon. We welcome you into the Triumph NIL postgame show. Mitch Gribble alongside wide receivers coach Fontel Mines. Coach, what'd you take away from this one?
It's a tough one, man, but the guys are resilient. They fought. We just made too many mistakes early, put ourselves in a hole. But at the end of the day, we had the opportunity to kick an onside kick and go try to tie the game. So a lot to build on, a lot to correct, and trying to bounce back and try to go get a win next week.
Speaking of a lot to build on, what will your message be to your position unit if you haven't already said something to them tonight?
Just stay the course, stay together, keep fighting. Don't point fingers. Look at yourself and correct what we can do internally, and we're going to move on as a team, and we're going to figure it out together as a staff and players and go try to put our best foot forward in Charlottesville.
Da'Quan Felton with 2 touchdown receptions again tonight. His game continues to excel. What's allowing him to play at such a high level?
Man, I can say a lot about that dude. He's probably one of the best I've been around just as far as a mentality standpoint. He fights, he claws, he wants to be better. Everything he does is full speed, down from walkthrough to practice on Tuesday to practice on Sunday, and he's not afraid of the moment. I think that's the biggest thing. He has that true receiver's mentality of he wants the ball in the moment. He wants the ball in the crunch time, and he has an elite skill set that we're starting to see here pretty late in the season.
You mentioned a couple of different times turning the page towards Charlottesville next weekend against UVA to round out the regular season. How do you make sure that your unit does so?
We just got to, we always talk about the 24-hour rule, whether it's a win or a loss. We give them 24 hours to let it soak in, to kind of let them get over it or to let them enjoy it. And, 24 hours and we're back to work. And, like I mentioned, those guys are hungry, man. Those guys want to win. Those guys want those seniors to have an opportunity to play for a bowl game. And, that's what's on the line.
Coach, appreciate you stopping by as once again 35-28 the final score. Back with more on the Triumph NIL postgame show.
Hi, this is Emma Lemley, and I'm a junior on the softball team.
This is Natalie Mitchell, a sophomore on the women's soccer team.
This is Jennifer Arogo on the high-tech stance team.
This is Cassie Grizzard, a sophomore on the softball team.
Help me help the kids of Southwest Virginia win the fight against childhood cancer.
Please go to fightingkidscancer.com to learn more and donate today.
Even $10 will help save a child's life.
Help save the life of a child fighting cancer in Southwest Virginia. Donate any amount today at liferainfoundation.org.
Hey Hokie Nation, it's Emma Pelkowski, junior on the Virginia Tech women's soccer team. Follow my channel on TriumphNIL.com and subscribe today.
Welcome back to the Triumph NIL postgame show as we visit with Hokies wide receiver Xayvion Turner-Bradshaw, who picked up a touchdown tonight inside Lane Stadium. Xayvion, for you, how would you evaluate tonight's performance?
I say as a team, we just really got to start faster. I say, these past couple weeks that we have, came out and played, our type of football that we wanted to up until the second half has been because we started fast. And I feel like today we just, I feel like the first 2 quarters were a little, we're a little iffy and we didn't start fast. Therefore, we had to find ourselves battling back in the second half. So I think my biggest takeaway would just be we got to start faster and we got to come more prepared, ready to play.
You talk about the difference in the first half to the second half. How do you make sure that next week you guys start fast again?
I say, like Coach Mons was mentioning as well, the 24-hour rule as well. We got 24 hours to soak it in, and then we just got to get it out the way. We got to move on to the next week. So, I say starting on tomorrow instead of, Monday, Tuesday when we get pads back on, I say it starts tomorrow, the preparation for Saturday. So, I think starting tomorrow, starting earlier in the week will get us more ready for next week.
One of the positives of this game was your touchdown. Walk us through that play.
It's actually crazy because, of course I'm ready for it, but I was kind of off, it was after Bayshaw's long kickoff return. So, the team's kind of right there on the sidelines, hyping him up, whatever, getting ready to go back out. And I'm kind of off towards the back of the bench, and I'm literally looking for my helmet because I'm going over there just in case they call the play. And in my sight of literally finding my helmet and looking up, they're calling for me. So I had to go find my helmet, go out there quick, get out there, they call it. And honestly, as soon as we got in the huddle, I'm not going to lie, I seen I've at least 3-4 NC State guys holding up a 5 because, you know, I've ran 2 reverses or 2 trick plays this year. So, I mean, they're obviously looking out for it. And, so I go out there and I line up beside Jay Lane, and he takes off in motion, and I just come back across, get it, and I just see just 3 of us. We're Klein blocking up there and just no white jerseys. So, I mean, I just took off as fast as I could and got my celebration ready at the 10-yard line.
At what point did you realize, all right, it's nothing but green grass in front of me and I'm going to go and score?
I was telling the teammates on the sideline, I mean, as soon as I got the pitch from Kyron and hit the left to look up the field, I mean, that's when I knew. Because, I mean, I seen 3 of our linemen, but then they were looking like this because they had nobody to block and there was nobody over there. So, I mean, I just knew to use that grass, and we practiced on it all week in practice. So, I mean, I'm glad Coach trusted me for it in the game.
You talked about the 24-hour rule, making sure that you shake this one, you flip the page tomorrow, and start fast on Sunday. When you go back and you sit down for that 24-hour rule, right, what do you make sure to do to clear this out of your head and focus on the task ahead?
I mean, I really just make sure to focus on the mistakes and make sure we clean them up throughout the week, and then, of course, tomorrow when we have our period of practice where we go over it. Of course, the film, we're going to go over the film. Of course, I'm going to go over the film tonight. And, of course, we're going to come in and go over for it as a team tomorrow. But I think literally just taking away the mistakes and being able to put, you know, and be able to realize what we actually messed up on out there and not do it again would be a huge factor.
Xayvion Turner-Bradshaw visiting with us on the Triumph NIL postgame show. Stay tuned for much more after this.
Hey Hokie Nation, this is Marcita, a sophomore on the High Techs. Follow my channel on TriumphNIL.com and subscribe today.
Hi, this is Alan Tisdale, Virginia Tech linebacker. I'm asking you to join me in the fight against pediatric cancer and blood disorders in Southwest Virginia. Far too often, kids in our region don't have the tools they need to beat cancer and disease. The Lifeline Foundation is joining Carilion Clinic to help bring critical resources to Southwest Virginia. Go to fightingkidscancer.com right now and make a monthly donation of any amount. Be part of the solution. Together, we can help more kids triumph over cancer.
Check in with wide receiver Da'Quan Felton, who had 2 touchdown receptions tonight in a 35-28 loss to NC State. Da'Quan, for you specifically, the message so far during the postgame show has been to shake this one and move on towards Charlottesville next week. How do you make sure that you guys do that as a wide receiver unit?
So we got to move past it. The game over. We got to move past it. We got a big game coming up this weekend. Well, next weekend against UVA. So we just got to be full force and make sure we all good for that.
For you specifically, your game continues to elevate. Another couple touchdown receptions tonight. Coach Mines was talking about, obviously, your progression and you being one of the elite wide receivers within that position room. How do you personally continue to push yourself game in and game out?
Just every day in practice, I push myself to be the best. Any drills I'm doing, push myself to be best, be the best player and also leader for this Hokie team.
All right, take us through both of your touchdown receptions. Let's start with that first one.
So the first one, we put me to the field. It was one-on-one, as I say, mano-y-mano. I seen the corner playing inside leverage, and when they signaled it, it was just win my matchup. And so I just gave him a little inside stem, gave him a little head and eyes, and then just won.
Second touchdown reception, walk us through that one.
So that one it's just a routine play. Everything's going to the right, and Coach Tebow always says overs are big, and they always pay off. And I seen Katie rolling out the pocket, and then I seen no one near me, and I was like, oh, yeah, touchdown.
Xayvion Turner-Bradshaw picked up a touchdown tonight, obviously on a reverse play right there. You on the field blocking for him, then ultimately seeing your hand go up, seeing him go in the end zone. For you, how rewarding is it to see a guy like that who puts in work day in and day out, doesn't necessarily get every single rep, get in the back of the end zone?
I love when the young guys play, and I love when the young guys make plays. That's all we talk about. Like, we a family in that room. So me watching him run towards me as I was blocking for him just put a smile on my face and motivated me to block even more for him.
That's Da'Quan Felton on the Triumph NIL postgame show. Stay tuned for more.
Hey Hokie Nation, this is Rachel Philman in support of the Hokie Way. The Hokie Way is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to create opportunities for Virginia Tech student athletes like me to leverage our name, image, and likeness on behalf of important charitable organizations. To learn more and make a tax-deductible donation, go to thehokieway.org.
Hey Hokie Nation, it's Allie George, junior on the Virginia Tech women's soccer team. Follow my channel on TriumphNIL.com and subscribe today.
Wrapping up our coverage from Lane Stadium as we visit with head coach Brent Pry. Coach, 35-28 the final score in this one. What's your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, we didn't play well enough, particularly on defense in the first half. There were penalties on both sides of the ball. We had a bad series offensively, but we only had 17 touches on offense. And I think in the second half we showed we get the opportunities. We could move the ball against that group, against a really good defense. But, time of possession was 40-20, I believe. And, they were able to stay on schedule in the first half offensively. They kept us off balance. We couldn't get our cleats set and play to our capabilities.
You talk about that first half and then obviously changed the script a little bit in the second half with the shot still at the end, an onside kick there. What changed from half to half?
Yeah, I think, we simplified things on defense, give us the best chance. They still had a nice drive and did some things, but we played better. We were more competitive in the second half on defense. But, I'm very proud of the guys, resilient, kept playing, and it's a lesson for them that, it doesn't matter how bad it seems at some points in games. You just keep playing, and you never know how it shakes out. And even after the interception, we get a 3-and-out, we use our timeouts, we go down and score, we get the onside kick. We're trying to go tie that thing and potentially win it.
What was your message to your program after this one?
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, we just didn't play the way we needed to in the first half. Too many penalties. But the biggest thing was, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We can't sulk for a couple of days over this thing. Everybody's going to watch the film, make the corrections, and we got to get our eyes on the prize. And that's what do we got to do this week to be a better football team to go beat UVA, give us the best chance.
One of the positives of this game was the Senior Day ceremony before the game started. How special was that for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Let me tell you, those guys deserve all the celebration and the pats on the back they can get. Particularly there's 5 or 6 guys that have been in it, 5 and 6 years here and have really been through a lot. And I was very proud of the way they embraced myself and our staff when we got hired here. If they hadn't done that and opened up, and were willing to allow us to build relationships and earn trust, we wouldn't be making progress. But because of that group, we've got a solid football team that hangs together, plays together, good culture. They battle, they fight. They're just going to keep getting better.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Triumph NIL postgame show. Stay tuned next week for more exclusive coverage on TriumphNIL.com.